I'm not much for the whole LS swap the world thing, but sometimes, it's way cooler than it has any right being. This is one of those builds. Instead of taking the typical route of airbag suspension and a tune, the crew at More Performance took the Subaru Forester, or at least what's left of it, and made Project Arkham. With a supercharged LSx motor in the front sending mountains of power to the rear, it's a one-off that's sure to set itself apart from the cliche builds of today. Painted in Joker guise, this thing growls more maniacally than the Batman villain laughs. A 1.9-liter LSA blower sits in the V of the engine and helps to amp output all the way to 554 horsepower and 534 pound-feet of torque. It sends that power through a built-in 4L80E 4-speed auto and finally ends up at the back wheels with the help of an upgraded Subaru rear end. Shots of the engine bay show how bonkers this subbie really is, and no matter your stance on the project, the work put in has to be appreciated. Thanks to the LS's inherent simplicity and power potential, it turned this Japanese crossover into a riot that can't easily be matched.
AEP is extending its $10,000 discount on the price of a new Nissan Leaf through the end of September. The electric utility announced the program in May for its customers, and originally it was to run through June. The offer is a $10,000 discount on the price of a Leaf, which starts at just north of $30,000, and can be used in conjunction with the $7,500 federal tax credit for electric vehicles. People buying a Leaf must present an AEP bill to a dealership to get the discount. Leaf models are fully electric and not big sellers for Nissan, so stock dealerships might be limited.
What is it? Fiat's retro city car is both a tribute to the original Cinquecento, which turns 60 in 2017, and a modern icon for the Italian brand. Its classic style has proven successful and spawned the larger 500X SUV and 500L small car in overseas markets, forming the cornerstone for the brand. Despite its diminutive size, it's positioned at the higher end of the city car market, in terms of price, and competes as a stylish alternative to the better value mainstream minis like the Mazda 2, Kia Rio and Toyota Yaris. There is also a range of high-performance Abarth models based on the 500, but we'll focus on the regular models for this review. How many models can I choose from? Fiat offers the 500 in two different body styles, the regular model and the 500C, the most affordable convertible on the market today. Both the 500 and 500C have matching lineups with pop-in lounge models powered by either 1.2-liter or 1.4-liter four-cylinder petrol engine. Neither are very powerful, producing 51 kilowatts per 102 Nm and 74 kilowatts per 131 Nm respectively. It comes standard with a 6-speed manual transmission, but you can option a 5-speed robotized manual for an additional $1,500. Any options that I need to know about? There are lots of personalization options you need to know about. Style is key with the 500, so Fiat offers a range of alloy wheels, stickers, side badges, seats and even key covers to make your 500 your own. Is it expensive to own? It is more expensive than your average city car. Although it is covered by Fiat Chrysler Australia's MOPR capped price servicing program, the costs are higher than average for the city car class. Over the first 3 years you'll pay $1,141.48 for your first 3 visits to the dealership. Any issues I need to know about? Fiat may not have a great reputation for reliability, but the latest 500 seems to have turned a corner for the brand. We aren't aware of any major, long-term problems with the little car. Which is the most economical model? Not surprisingly, the smaller, less powerful engine is better on fuel, sipping just 4.8 liters per 100 kilometers. That compares to 6.1 L/100 kilometers for the 1.4-liter engine, which is surprisingly high for such a compact city car. So if keeping your fuel bills down is top priority, pick the POP. Which is the safest model? This is where the 500 is starting to show its age. The car has been on sale since 2009 without major mechanical changes, with none of the latest active safety equipment available. So that means no autonomous emergency braking, no forward collision warning, no blind spot monitoring and no rear cross traffic alert, even as an option. You can't even get cruise control. Instead, safety is limited to full airbag protection for all passengers plus the usual stability control and anti-lock brakes. Both the pop and lounge models are as safe as each other, but there are better equipped small car alternatives when it comes to safety. Which is the best model to drive? While the engines may be modest in terms of performance, the small size of the 500 means they feel zippy enough on the road. The 1.2-liter does, however, need to be revved to get the best out of it because it feels a touch lazy at low revs. The 1.4-liter has better low-end pulling power so it feels a touch stronger, but both engines are happy and willing to be revved hard and reward that with peak performance. To get the best out of both engines, we'd recommend sticking with the standard 6-speed manual. While manual transmissions may not be favored in Australia, it is the preferred option in the 500 because not only is it a nice gearbox, with a smooth action, the automatic option is no good. The 5-speed robotized manual may offer a 2-pedal setup that looks like a traditional auto, but it's, as the name explains, a manual gearbox that changes gears via computer control. So it generally offers jerky shifts and requires a unique driving style. In effect, you have to drive it like a 2-pedal manual, as you have to preempt the shifts and lift off the throttle to smooth out each change. As for how it drives, again there's not much to choose between the pop and lounge. Both offer light but responsive steering and nicely balanced handling, for a city car. It's not class-leading by any stretch, but it rides well for such a compact car. Should I buy one now? Obviously, end of financial year sales are over now, but Fiat is currently offering drive-away deals on the 500/500C. You can get into a pop manual for $19,000 and a lounge manual for $21,000, while the 500C pop can be had for $23,000. Where's the sweet spot? While there isn't much differences, mechanically or safety-wise, to split the pop and lounge, our preference is to go for the bigger engine model. The Lounge 1.4 manual is the sweet spot in the range, offering all the style you're after and the best on-road performance thanks to the Fun Gear engine.
American truck gets a makeover with limited edition model. The Ram 2500 has toughened up its look with its first local special edition. Australian outfit, American Special Vehicles, which converts the US-built truck to right-hand drive, has added some styling touches to the Ram 2500. A black finish has been extensively applied to the grille, front and rear bumpers, side mirrors and exterior badging. The 2500 Code Black has also replaced the 18-inch alloy wheels from the standard version and is equipped with enormous 20-inch black alloy wheels that hold Nitto all-terrain tires, along with heavy-duty wheel arch flares to accommodate the upsized wheels. Ram has upped the price of the Code Black edition to $149,500 before on-road costs compared to the $139,500 regular 2500. Power for the 6-seater comes from the same 6.7-liter Cummins 6-cylinder turbo diesel unit that produces 276 kilowatts and a barnstorming 1084 Nm and is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. The Code Black has the same load capabilities as the stock 2500 with a payload of 913 kilograms and a maximum brake towing capacity, using a pintle, of 6942 kilograms.
A special edition has been added to the Nissan QASHQAI range in Australia, called the N-Sport. It brings $1,800 worth of added value. The N-Sport isn't some Nismo hyperspeed race edition, as the name might suggest. Instead, it's based on the street variant and comes with a number of sporty highlights to help separate it from the rest. For the exterior, there's a set of 18-inch alloy wheels, along with a range of ice chrome highlights such as the door sills, front lid trimmings, lower tailgate finisher, and some front and rear styling plates. Aside from these upgrades, the N Sport continues on as a QASHQAI. This means it comes with a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder producing 106 kilowatts and 200 Newton meters. It comes matched to a CVT automatic with front-wheel drive, offering a combined cycle fuel consumption of 6.9 L/100 kilometers. Inside, passengers can use the touchscreen multimedia interface, while the driver gets cruise control, a rear-view camera, Bluetooth, and a full suite of safety systems that help the QASHQAI earn a 5-star ANCAP safety rating. The Nissan QASHQAI has been a very popular model in Australia since its debut. So far this year, the local arm has sold 6,473 examples. Through June, enough for third spot in the class in terms of popularity. Sales are up 0.9% year-to-date. Nissan Australia says the special edition goes on sale from early July, with prices starting at $28,690 before on roads. This is up only $200 on the equivalent street, with a drive-away offer of $26,990.